Okay guys, back, delay, countdown started, and yeah, interesting series so far. Nicov and Miguel taking the 2-1 lead here against Fire and Dogao, who kind of seem to be struggling. I'm a bit surprised how those games went, and yeah, I now have a co-caster here, the organizer, the daddy of the tournament, the one and only Snibble.
Nibble, yeah. Hi, how you doing? Enjoying the game so far?
Yeah, and I'm pretty surprised how they actually went. And yeah, then let's jump into game number 4. It's still Nicov and Miguel against Dogao and Fire. Now with the Civ draft, Hans, May, and the Aztecs band. And then they picked civilizations. Let's take a look what they did. So Dogao and Fire went for Persians and Britons. Nice composition there when it comes to knights and archers. And on the other side we have Nicov going for Mongols and Miguel going for Franks. Another kind of Expo Knights composition. Very interesting to see. And with me will be SMB. What are your thoughts for those civilizations?
I feel like Nicov and Miguel, if it goes late game, then they're going to have the advantage because you're going to be able to have that stupidly powerful combo of the best paladins in the game with Mangadai, which is really tough to deal with. But Persians and Britons probably going to be in the ascendancy in the Castle Age. So I feel like as the game goes on, there's going to be a bit of a clock on Dogao and Fire, but starting off with the advantages through the mid game, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. Fire and Dogao kind of need to get a big advantage in mid to late Castle Age there. Expo plus range and dealing more damage against the archers there from Dogao should absolutely help out. But Miguel's ego should be sick if he's going for knights. I think the person struggling the most when it comes to ego and transitioning into Imperial Age should be Nicov with his very vulnerable Mongols.
Yeah, I agree. Just looking at his maps to try and see how he's going to be able to protect that eco. It's not particularly great. He's got some good resources in the back. Nicov, this is in the south corner, but 2 forward gold mines and a forward main stone. When he's going to be wanting to put up many castles, he's going to have to make sure he's got that area secured, and that can be really tough being matched up against a Britain's player who, as we've already talked about, has the ability to put a lot of pressure on you through the Castle Age and into the early Imperial Age. So Nikov's going to have to work hard to get to that sort of late game-ending army.
Indeed. Dogao already at 10 pop. What happened there? Did he lose it? Dogao lost a villager or a scout? Military.
It's a villager.
Dogao lost a villager. Scout. Why did Dogao lose a villager?
I'm struggling to find the skeleton. I have no idea. I see it. You see the oasis underneath his TC? East side of it. He must have, the villager must have been luring the boar and got stuck on the trees. You see that one palm tree? I bet it was that.
I don't know where.
Look
here, yeah, now I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's a tough start for him then. And Nicov now finally finding all his sheep. Would have been tough without that. Oh, and he's going for very far away deer here. That means he will go for very fast uptimes and will put on some pressure, like maybe pop 19, pop 20 scouts.
Yep, that's certainly an option. You could even do that like famous Mongol AK-47 rush with the sort of 18, 19 pop, and you get your first tower and a really fast man-at-arms. I love it when I see it, but it's so hard to do.
AK-47 rush? Okay.
Have you not heard it called that before?
No.
You look it up on Heaven Games, there's like a guide to it. I saw Bacti do it in the Call to Arms file against Winchester, and it was just GG at like minute 11. It's insane.
Oh, goddy.
It's like 18 pop men-at-arms and towers or something.
Okay, one weird thing already happened. Nicov said, okay, he's against Fire, by the way, he's taking the fight here. And I think, yeah, he would have won. And he was scouting Fire before and said Fire has a bad map he cannot wall. And I'm not really sure if I can agree with that, because he has an easy wall to secure his wood and gold. And yeah, then it's kind of open, but still, from what Nicov saw, I think that was a bit of an early judgment.
Yeah, I agree. He can't see the main gold at all, and he doesn't realise that there's a nice, easy wall to the south, because he can't see that southern wood line at all in Fire's base. I don't think Fire will have a terribly difficult time defending this map. Obviously, the hill on the front is a problem, but he's always going to have a range advantage in any ranged unit war there.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Premature call by Nicov.
Okay, let's see. So Dogao is going for scouts, as it seems. At least what Miguel is predicting. And Fire is going for archers, archer defense. And Nicov is going for aggressive scouts and then archers. And oh, I don't like his palisades walls so close to his wood line. I think I would have done them way more aggressively to, yeah, just be in a better position later on against incoming expos. What is Miguel going for? He's going for scouts. I
think he said scouts.
Yeah. It's interesting. So it will be scouts against scout archers, but it only scouts for now. And ooh, Nicov actually pushing some deer to his external mill, and now sending on lots of scouts. Nicov again doing a great job of zoning out the area here to secure more space for himself. Fire scout pretty low, and let's see how they will defend. Fire indeed going for the defensive archers. So nice scouting there by Nicov, and let's take a look what Dogao will be going for. Most likely we will see scouts. That's just typical scout build-up, yeah. And it will be scouts against scouts on the top. Let's see now first scouts of Fire coming in. If he can do some damage against the low HP foragers here. Can get some damage done, but shouldn't get any kills. Spearman now coming in as well. Should be pretty safe thing. Miguel now sending back his villagers. And yeah, Smibble, what will we see from both teams? What do you think? Will be the typical one guy goes archers, the other guy goes knights, and just trying to take better fights in Castle Age, or will we see something fancy?
I think slightly sooner than that. Nikov's probably going to be sending scouts over to Dogao, so he's probably got to prepare for the double, but he's already walling off at this point, so should do okay. It's going to be really hard for Nicov to do any damage to Fire in the Feudal Age. Spearmen and archers is just such a strong defensive combo. Although he may be able to do some work with knights in the Castle Age, like pushing in off that hill in front of Fire's base. They'll probably have a much better time trying to do something then. Just like at Nicov, like there is a possibility that he doesn't do the sort of aim for the late game with the Mongols, and he actually plays really aggressive against Fire. Because although he's got that one back gold, everything else apart from that.
When he just sneaked in against the villagers and he needs to get in there, and yeah, he will get one villager most likely. Oh no, he's actually going back because the area was too tight. And Nicov is just misjudging the situation. Miguel was just asking, yeah, can you do damage? Can I do damage against Fire? And Nicov said, yeah, you can here at the front. But actually, there's two spearmen already waiting, and they're doing damage against Nicov already. And I think Fire is pretty safe here.
Yeah, and Dogao fully walled as well, and I don't see a scout from Miguel at all go and hit Dogao's base. So both, they're actually at Fire, but both players for Nicov and Miguel team doing scouts and really not getting much against opponents that are fully walled for the most part. They're slowing the Castle Age times down and not really getting much out of it.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. Dogao and Fire will transition into Castle Age so much better here. Fire still everything at home, and it's so funny that none of his 3 production facilities are actually helping with his wall. And yeah, he just built them in an untypical place. Now let's see, those 2 spearmen should scare Nicov away, not taking any hits. Where are the... Oh!
The scouts in Nicov.
Maybe even get a villager jump. Oh god! That's a lot of losses here for Dogao when it comes to HP. And now, yeah, 1 spearman can easily scare those away, but he's sending the weakened villager back to the front.
Check out Miguel's resources. He's almost ready to click up, which is really impressive.
Oh yeah, sweet stuff indeed. He didn't wall that much, he walled late. And I think he only built 4 scouts, so... But yeah, now fire is coming in, and this might get dicey for Nicov. He isn't on a lot of units. Let's take a look how the defense for Nicov is looking here. Now going for wheelbarrow, and he has how many archers at the moment? 3? Something like that.
4, yeah. 3 scouts still on the field as well. There's a really going to be a really annoying spot in the back of his wood line if fire goes there, which it looks like he's going to do. There's a sort of hole in the wood line. It's going to sort of deny most of it. Really would be a nice play if fire brought one villager forward and was able to get a tower there. That would have a huge impact.
In Castle Age, actually, the tower has, I believe, pretty similar to the same range like Hex was anyways. So, but yeah, absolutely, that would be a sweet spot. You might even block some of the gold off. But for now the push is coming in and over chopped here, so it's only 1 layer of palisade walls, although Nicov might think, okay, I'm safe behind 2 layers. I think Nicov is underreacting here, and fire might go in and do lots of damage. Oh, let's see, Nicov needs to get out some skirmishes. He's now getting fletching. Let's see, Miguel is coming in, but those scouts will not do much. Nicov now coming in with his scouts as well, and fire backing off here. Did not want to take any risks, and did the villager in the end go down? Maybe.
I think Nicov got away with that and he lost his there actually. And fire actually going to trap himself. It's a shame for Nicov from his point of view that he didn't send skirmishers with those scouts.
Yeah.
But looks like fire will get out there.
Yeah, Nicov didn't see that, so... funny scenario. But yeah, fire will get home. And Nicov is now going for the aggression. And how did that turn out from, like, I was, oh god, fire might end the game here if he goes in and kills 10 villagers, to fire just backs off and is scared and goes home. And suddenly Nicov is the one going for the aggressive moves here.
Yeah, I don't know if fire really showed or rather Nicov really showed fire that much army. I think it was just a few of Miguel's scouts coming in. He just didn't want to risk too much. Obviously, like losing some archers in Feudal Age to do a bit of damage as a Britain's player isn't the greatest idea, because like every archer you keep alive to turn into a Britain's crossbow with the extra range on Castle Age, just so much more deadly later on.
Yeah, and they do damage even if... Yeah, Miguel is going for full Frankish plus 2 knights like he is now. And now they're trying to push in here. And let's take a look. Dogao is up as well. He's going for stables as well. Plus 1 defense. And now the attack is coming in. Let's see. Does Miguel actually want to commit against Castle Archers? Not really sure. And let's take a look. Nicov might want to go for the fight here now with 4 knights. Where's Dogao? Dogao is too far away, and this might be an interesting spot here for fire. He's defending. He needs to go back. He's going for the plus 1 defense now, and some villagers will die for sure. Let's see if they maybe want to take a fight against the archers. Nice positioning here by fire, and didn't lose a single villager just yet. Up.
Yeah, really good play by him to put that tower. Like, some players might have been inclined to put it a few tiles further forward, maybe just to ward the enemy army away from the gold a little bit more, but he pulled it back so he could like stand underneath it and have the hill advantage at the same time. Really like that, but a lot of idle farms now.
Dogao losing a knight before the fight actually starts, and he only has +1 defense for now. And yeah, that's just so bad. Now Crossman and Botkin Arrow coming in for fire. At the same time, we should see Nicov. Let's go into point of view. Click, 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 click. Bowsaw, crossbow, and Botkin coming in, and University and extra TC, so they try to continue doing some damage. Fire should zone out what Nicov has though, and oh god, he will get some kills. Still without ballistics, now going for University as well. Miguel is having a nice amount of knights, but can he really do some damage?
I find it hard to see. I think Fire will manage to effect a good defense, but he's already very, very far behind in the villages. The question, at the same time though, Dogao surging ahead. I think they'll defend on the edge of Fire's base though.
Another great hill positioning here. Nicov just jumping from hill to hill, and now Nicov says, let's go back. I'm not 100% sure if that's necessary, but they did a lot of damage for sure. Forced Fire to not go for NTCs, forced him into all his army, even got some more villager snipes, and yeah, as we said before, Fire's villagers are so low. Yeah, very comparable to the other losses. Nicov now going for extra TCs, and yeah, zoning that important area like you said before, and wants to take this hill. Let's see, he needs Miguel to be here. Oh, let's see how this engagement goes. I think it's very good for Fire, because he did fight before the Knights of Miguel actually came in. Now Dogao is taking some damage for the team, but oh god, Fire's damage output is just enormous. He has 40 expos here.
Yeah, that's gone tremendously well for Fire and Dogao. Now Fire should be able to get on top of that hill with those Britain's crossbows, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on the TC that Nicov just put up. The TC's in a good spot because it's kind of controlling the avenue to where the wood and the gold is in the south as well, but I don't know if Fire and Dogao will be dissuaded from going through there, because not like there's a lot of fire coming from that TC, only 6 villagers to jump inside.
Yeah, and not a lot of army as well, and this is a nice, that's probably the closest game we have seen so far. And now the push is coming in, and lots of expos, lots of knights doing damage. Can we fight? I think you kind of have to. And Miguel, I think he's not going for enough knights, if you ask me, going for the defensive monastery as well. And now they're
the one-shotting on the knights from like 40 Britain's crossbows on a hill, like
more
unbelievable.
Coming, but still only 2 TCs for Fire, so he needs to do the damage. So it's only to equalize the game when it comes to villagers. And the TC, I think it should have gotten some repair in between. And the TC is not focusing on the expos. Now the villagers are running, and all of them will go down. And oh, we thought that this.
Thank you, you wonderful man.
Thanks for subscription. And I thought like, okay, the TC will do something, but Miguel is now overextending, losing so many knights, and suddenly he has so few that actually Fire is now pushing the hill, and Miguel needs to retreat. I wonder why Miguel isn't having like 4 stables. Dogao is just constantly producing, and he didn't lose anything, and suddenly they have the huge hill here.
Absolutely, they've turned this game around so much in the last few minutes. It's incredible that Fire is the guy with the highest amount of points in this game after he's been so depressed on villagers, but his kill to death is insane. He's just slaughtering everything in the back. Like Dogao, meanwhile, is just playing the meat shield role. At one point, he had 2 kills and 16 deaths, and that's with knights. But he's just got a few kills to make up for it. But it didn't matter, because he was just enabling Fire to stand in the back and kill everything, and it's just led to the 2 Brazilian players really starting to get a small lead in this game now in terms of strategic situation, although Fire's economy is still struggling.
And Fire and Dogao now switching for Miguel. Why is that? I'm not 100% sure why they opted for that decision. Monks might go down now. yeah, there's no chance for them to survive. And suddenly the pressure is on Miguel. Nicov trying to get over there, but the armies are now pretty nice. And Fire and Dogao are now in the middle of Miguel and Nicov, and therefore can control the fights a bit better. Miguel is actually going for it. Nice positioning. All the expos are exposed here. That's probably the worst positioning that Fire could ever take. And that's a nice amount of knights here for Miguel. He's taking the fight. Nicov still not there, but oh god, that was probably the perfect scenario here for Miguel to kind of stay in this game. Villager count is still very good for Dogao. Pretty even overall. Maybe a bit better for the SY Tyrant composition here, but yeah, now Nicov is helping out as well. The team play wasn't 100% there, but I think that was a pretty nice engagement there by Miguel.
Yeah, definitely good trade, but it shows the risk of what we were talking about. Like, why would you leave Nikov's base when you had it locked down? You controlled the hills, you went out into the open, into the unknown, and took a bad fight. Another big one kicking off now, though, and this time it's Nicov and Dogao with more numbers. Fire's caught out.
Dogao is adding stables now as well. He's up to 6 stables. Let's take a look. Miguel is up to 4 stables. So production should be a bit better for Dogao, but the numbers are a bit better for Miguel at the moment. Although the numbers, no, only 5 military, but it's all at the front. And now Nicov suddenly has the nice strong army. Because Fire takes some time to, just get the production rolling. Oof. So, who's ahead here?
It's hard to say. I think certainly after what we've just seen, Nicov and Miguel are in better shape than they were about 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Just like Dogao and Fire still with a decent chance, but the fact that we're sort of moving into late Castle Age and players in the next few minutes will start to think about Imperial Age transition, and that just gets us a little bit close to that late game scenario where we talked about Nicov and Miguel having the Civ advantage. So I think I'm starting to favour them a little bit more now. But the like wild card is Dogao, because that 120 villages with Persians, and he's got the resources to click up, it's going to be a big deal. Let's see what he can do in like 3 minutes when he's Imperial Age and having massive economy to flood Cavaliers and eventually Paladins. But Miguel clicking up at the same time, so this is interesting.
Dogao and Miguel, clicking at the same time, but Persians, TC bonus obviously helping him out a bit there. And yeah, let's see how they will transition. Not a lot on stone here for Nicov, so he will stay on Expos. And Miguel, that's pretty very much, being exposed here. Let's take a look if they can take a fight together, but I think Dogao should win this one. Wow, what is Nicov doing here? Just super risky. Okay, Nicov doing some damage. Nice team play again. But Nicov, let's take a look at him. He is far away from Imperial Age. Now trying to get a castle up here, but that might get denied from Fire. Let's take a look if Nicov is taking a good fight from the hill here. Taking a bit longer to take the fight, but that's reasonable now, trading it off pretty evenly, I would say. At the same time, oh, that's bad way of fighting here for Dogao. And Miguel says good, indeed, because they got extra kills. But at the same time, Fire is pushing in and he's pushing in strong. Will this castle of Nicov go up? I'm not sure, and neither is he. Miguel needs to win this game for them, but Dogao still looking strong. Is it an option for Dogao to maybe even add in some camels here?
Potentially. Nicov still with enough crossbows in the north to do huge damage to a camel with like one volley. But to try and stem the flow of Miguel's knights could be an option. In the end, though, he should be able to outproduce with the Cavalier flood. And once he gets +4, I guess the camels become more and more effective, whilst Nikov's still stuck in Castle Age Expo. So, yeah, I think that would actually work. But either way, like, outproducing with Cavalier or some camels could work. I think the right side's starting to look like it's all about the race to Imperial Age, which Fire's about to win, actually. Nikov's still quite a way off. Getting up that castle in that area with all the resources is really important, but Fire's going to have a few minutes now to really abuse sort of Arbalests against the Castle Age Mongol player. Britain's Arbalest, that is. Just a shame for him he doesn't already have like a castle up with one treb, sort of sit on that hill to the north of Nikov's castle with a treb and Arbalest on the hill.
Yeah, most players now trying to get castles up. Miguel even slinging stone so that Nicov can get something up here. But not sure how much time will that buy him. Miguel trying to take a fight. Dogao is retreating. He is going for the paladin upgrade. Nicov only now on the way to Imperial Age. So that's another good engagement here for Miguel. But those Arbalest masses are looking pretty strong. Now +4 defense. Cavaliers coming in, and you cannot really fight with Castle Age crossbows against that. Even in range of the castle, not really helping him out. He needs help, and he needs help ASAP.
Yeah, I'm just looking for Nikov's army. Go to his point of view, see what he's still got. It's telling me he's still got 18, but don't really. Oh, it's all dumped into the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's now going for the mango die switch, but that will be tough. I think most important will be how Miguel against Dogao performing, and Fire and Nicov aren't that important for now. Paladin upgrade for Dogao should kick in any second, and a bit more than 1 minute later will be for Miguel, who now needs to completely retreat. He has 8 more cav, but yeah, it's not important if you're so heavily under upgraded. Now going for +4 as well. Miguel needs to continue retreating, is trying to take the hill, will take some losses on the villager front, but is buying some time for Nicov as well.
Yeah, do you like the fact that Fire is going over to Miguel's side?
Well, he doesn't have enough traps, so actually his army can't do anything against Nicov, so yeah, he needs to make something happen now, and I would have preferred to see traps out and then stay against Nicov, but since he didn't have traps, I think going to the other side was good, yeah.
Yeah, but by the time he gets there, he's got 2 trebs at home as well, so like now he needs to push, and he's only got a little bit of army there. But I guess it's enough whilst Nicov is still very much on a Castle Age army. And Dogao's actually there with a few paladins as well, so that's going to be enough. But yeah, I do like Fire's use of his army here, actually. I agree with you.
Okay, let's see if Miguel wants to take the fight here. I'm not sure if it was necessary to actually engage this. The fighting positioning isn't that great from either Miguel and Dogao. Obviously all the upgrades now for both players out. Fire has a nice positioning in the back. I think the numbers are better for Miguel. Yeah, indeed, and he has a shorter reinforcement line as well. All the paladins of Dogao going down, and Miguel is, yeah, just winning this fight and keeping them in the game. At the same time, Nicov is struggling. Like we predicted before, early Imperial Age will be tough for him, and yeah.
Slight exaggeration by Miguel. I'm fighting 50 Arbalests.
Well, it was
Nicov
like
losing castles on the right.
Yeah, 30 Arbalests and 40 paladins, so that wasn't too much of an over-exaggeration, but yeah, Nicov needs help indeed, and Miguel should send everything there. Miguel, let's take a look. Where was the second stone spot? You spotted it before. Sorry for the harsh scrolling.
Yeah, it was really forward. Like he's managing to mine it for now, but he could lose it in the next 2 minutes.
Oh god, 4 traps, and I think Nicov needs to think about going for Arbalests or skirmishers himself, because mango dice, he will not get on them. I think he will not get to mango dice. That's how simple it is. His ego is just too weak, too many traps, more paladins coming in, and now Miguel coming. And Nicov now complaining it's over, I have no castles. Yes, indeed, it's a bad positioning, but you still have a strong partner who can roll over Dogao and maybe fire at the same time. He won a big fight before, is now killing the traps of fire, and Nicov is trying to take a fight here, but only a small amount of paladins is doing a great job against him. Fire has a nice positioning here behind the cliff. More traps will go down, and Nicov, pop 88 and 8 military. Only one castle. I think he needs a sling from Miguel to get more stone.
Yeah, it's just been a difficult situation for him because he's had to do castles so far forward to protect all those forward resources, but then he was always he suffered so much through the late, sort of mid-late castle age. He was always going to be delayed and then liable to lose those castles in a treb war. So it was like kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, because he either had to put those castles forward or lose control of the area anyway. But Miguel's buying him time.
Oh, and another great engagement here. The Patrol of Fire, not the greatest. And getting some kills done. Let's see. And not the greatest team positioning here. You wanted to have the Paladins in front and Arbalest behind. And Elite Mango Dice now on the way. Stone Sling starts from Miguel. So they're playing the perfect teamwork like I wanted to see. Only one trade card up though at the moment. Let me take a look at the trade amount so far. It's, oh god, Dogao and Fire have over 40 trade cards, Nicov 0, Miguel 8, so yeah, they will have a nice transition into the later Imperial Age. And Nicov doesn't have the front gold spot, so gold might be problematic for our Argentinian player here. Nice lumber camp by Miguel in the north.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, how good could a lumber camp be? We're at minute 50, like, what does it matter? But you were just taking the piss.
Oh, some paladins now going for the raid in the middle. Oh, even the neutral gold spot, probably not scouted by Nicov. Yep. And I think Miguel needs to take another engagement here. Nicov is losing all his gold villagers. Now needs to build another castle if you ask me, but where? Fire's doing a great job of controlling all this area. And he's very unhappy with his map. But yeah, top experts like Smibble saw it coming pretty early on. And now Nicov wants to take a fight. Yeah, I think so as well. He needs to fight now or it will be GG pretty soon. But Fire is doing everything right. He's controlling this hill area. He's controlling those two gold spots. Putting pressure on the castles of the Mongols player. He's now trying to get another castle up. And oh god, that's not the best fighting positioning. I think this might be the ending fight here. Dogao having roughly the same number of paladins like Miguel, who isn't sending in more. He's struggling with gold as well. Going for light caps to raid. And I think this might be the game ending push. Enough Arbalest in the back for Fire. He has traps to kill all the castles. Mango Dice not taking the best fight. And GG indeed. Nicov tapping out after a very entertaining game here.
Yeah, that one did not disappoint at all, and it sets up a fantastic deciding game in the best of 5. It's going to be free pick now. Really looking forward to this. I'm glad we've seen like a really competitive series because, you know, in this tournament so far, I've had sort of like more one-sided matches, whilst sort of high seeds versus low seeds, and now we're getting into the real meat of the tournament and seeing some fantastic games.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. You know, I'm hosting a talk show, Talk of the Empire, and we had one part of it was Master of Arabia 2v2 as well, because now every game is incredible. It's like the quarterfinals now in the winner bracket. It's like amazing teams. Every team could like win a whole tournament, and no one would wonder. And yeah. Only one of those can, and it's like hard and Leary in the loser bracket, for example. So, so they aren't even counted in.
Yeah, exactly. The field is so stacked. I'm so just like disappointed all round, although it can't be helped that like we had to give an admin loss to the Heart and Leroy just because the Heart has no internet. Like, I'm just crossing my fingers that he gets it back in the next sort of few days or a week, and he can they can start participating again, and like Heart can get back in shape, because they were like everyone's wild card to do well in this tournament. Sort of, they were seeded at 12 to start off with, which was already a boost like above their sort of like rating seeding, which was like 15. But honestly, they could have gone like top 8, almost like 8, 9, and really excited to see them get into it as well as others.
Yeah.
I just need to mute my mic for a second, but I'll be back ready in time for Game 5.
Okay, sweet stuff. T90, thank you so much. I just clicked away your message, so I almost a full year will be official. It has been a ride. Can I get a kappa for SMB and Nilly, please? Sure. Kappa. Thank you so much, T90. And yeah, thanks for all your support and what are you doing for the whole AOC community. So please, guys, spam kappa in the chat. We have 250 people watching, so I want to see at least 60 kappas. Some kappa prides are allowed as well. And you're allowed to post up to 3 times. So please, do the kappa spam. You need to earn, but I did earn. Now we're getting rolling. What a series. Going down to 2-2 and now hidden. Free picked Civ. This should get interesting, and I will play you some more songs of my people. You keep spamming kappa, and then we will be back with game number 5. All deciding who's going into the winner bracket semi-finals here and who's dropping to the loser brackets. See you soon, guys. Spec delay started. Hi.